What is going on YouTube? Joe here with Color Nation Media, and welcome back to another part of our live Pokemon Showdown PU session. And by another part, I mean part number 4. So we've got this part and then one more part to go after this, in case you guys didn't know how numbers work, which that is actually very insulting. Why would I say something like that? I don't know, but let's just get into the battles today before I make a fool of myself any further than I already have. I hope you guys are doing okay today. You know, the friendly little reminder thing, if you guys haven't done so already, you would like to show some support. I always encourage you guys to either, leave a comment down below, any suggestions you may have can go down there, criticisms, whatever it may be, or you can just simply click the thumbs up button. That always helps as well. I actually need to get into the habit of saying good luck, have fun. I've been doing it off and on in the sessions. I really need to do it all the time. I need to be a good sport. Show some respect to our opponents and, the game and friendly competition and all that stuff. So we have Oscar. That's pretty funny, actually. That's a great nickname for a Garbodor, Oscar. Again, Sydney here. He's got the balloon. So that really doesn't help us. Not help us. It really doesn't do anything for us because we don't have any ground moves on this entire team. So if anything, it does help us. As he goes into Steel Wing the Behemoth to take the incoming Scald, and we get a burn, which is kind of good. Kind of good. I wonder if that's especially defensive because that really didn't do much. I don't know. Behemoth's actually pretty bulky to begin with, so we can set up Stealth Rocks there as he goes for the T-Bolt, and he gets the Paralysis, which is unfortunate. But we did get the burn, so I'm not going to complain too much. And we do have the rest that we could potentially pull off, maybe. Looking at his team, I think everything can do at least 25%, so we may have to try to pass a Wish. I don't know. Either way, I'm going to go into Linda here to take the income. Wow, and he gets a critical hit on the Psychic. Wow, I needed that to not happen. I think... Let's try to go for a recover here. I don't think it's going to matter if we protect and get lefties. I really needed to not have that crit, but thankfully he switches so we get the recover off. That could have been very dangerous to lose Linda so early in the match, especially with that Behemoth around. And we don't know what that Pikachu's going to do. Most of the rest of his team appears to be physical, but Pikachu could be special, and with a Light Ball, it's very dangerous. So now we got Drill Boyd out here, and he goes for the U-turn and gets another critical hit. Roman, you need to stop inflicting critical hits on my life right now. Just hold off just a little bit. Just a little bit, please. And we get the foul play off as Poodle comes in, and that does absolutely no damage because Furfrou really doesn't have much in the way of physical attack, and it's, ridiculously defensive with the fur coat and all that fun stuff. I guess we could just go for a recover here. As he goes for the Sucker Punch, that actually could not have worked out any better for us. Kind of wish he didn't have lefties, but I am going to Toxic you now. Now, he has the Sucker Punch. He's got Cotton Guard. Uh-oh. I'm hoping you are not packing the rest as well, because I know firsthand how deadly that set is, and we would need Mint to take care of it. I don't think anything else on my team can leave a scratch on it. I will go out into Mint here, and he does go for the return this time. Brings us down below half, so our Focus Sash is gone. And I think if we Giga Drain, we'll get into a range where he can't KO us. So there's a 37%. That's not enough. That's not enough, especially because he has lefties. Actually, it is enough because we can kill him off with a Giga Drain here. The question is, do we want to predict a switch and go for the Nasty Plot or Sucker Punch? Sucker Punch. I think he's going to go for Sucker Punch. No, he's going to switch. Okay, that actually works out just as well because I believe we outspeed this. Yeah, we do. We should outspeed this by a couple of points, not by much. The base stats are similar. But I'm running max speed, and we do outspeed. We get off the HP Rock, and down goes the Fearow, so that actually worked out in our favor. This is going to be a close match. I can tell already this is going to go down in the last turn. And unfortunately, in matches like this, I really tend to just screw it up at the end. I tend to make one bad play at the end that really does me in, and I hope that's not going to be the case. As Carl the Pikachu comes out, and... do you have Quick Attack, or do you have Extreme Speed? Extreme Speed. Okay, man, no Pikachu runs Quick Attack. Should be, should not even have Ian said that, or even thought that. So down goes Mint, unfortunately, which could actually... that might actually have been a really bad play because that Golem is going to be a problem. I have nothing for it. Sydney and Mint were the two things I had to take care of it, and Sydney can't take a hit at that range. We could go out into Blair here and just Flare Blitz and kill it. And he really doesn't have too much he wants to switch in. You know what? I'll go for the return. Pikachu is slow as can be. And yeah. Yeah. We don't want to take recoil. So, yeah. I keep saying yeah a lot. I need to stop. I need to stop. Find something else to say. Find something intelligent to say that isn't just yeah. But the reason I'm going for a return here is just because I know he could switch in the Furfrou very easily. He could switch in the Golem very easily. But apparently he just wants to leave it in to die. That works too. I guess he was not predicting me to be Scarf there, to be fair. I don't know that Scarf Flareon is really a thing. I've seen it maybe once, but it was against a one of my favorite subscribers. I shouldn't say it like that. I don't know how else would I say that? One of my favorite people that I've met on this channel. There we go. Because I don't like play favorites with individual subscribers, but he's just somebody that comments a lot, and you know, I've battled him a couple times, and he's just a really cool guy. And he ran Choice Scarf Flareon in a battle that we had. It's on the channel somewhere. I'm sure you can find it. Actually, no, because I have over 100 battles. But anyway, you get my point. He used a Choice Scarf Flareon, and he uses some silly stuff sometimes similar to how I do, so I don't know if it's really a thing. That's the only time I've ever seen it. That took way too long for me to just make my point. I apologize for that. Alright, so we have Oscar out here. Unfortunately, we lost Sydney, but I basically just sacrificed it. Basically. Let's see. We could go for the Flare Blitz here. That should be a solid 2-hit KO. And I don't know what this thing could do to me. Other than maybe Gunk Shot, which I don't even think is a one-shot unless you're like completely offensive, and even still, he does go for the Gunk Shot. That brings us down to 8%, but he gets the poison, and that's gonna finish off Blair. Oh no. No. We would have died to the Flare Blitz recoil anyway, but now we have to take damage on Linda. He's probably gonna have Toxic too. This is not good. I would like to go into the Wigglytuff, but I can't do that, obviously, because Gunk Shot would one-shot me. And he does go for the Toxic, so now we're poisoned. This is just not a good situation. Especially because the two defensive Pokemon that I have left are specially defensive, and I'm not really worried about the Garbodor at this point. Not really worried about the Behemoth. The issue is going to be Golem, because Golem one-shots Dodrio. Ugh, this is not good. Like, Linda took all this damage for no reason. And that's where that poison really comes in handy for him. Or I guess it comes into play just in general with the outcome of the match, because yeah, Flareon would have went down due to Flare Blitz recoil, but the Garbodor would have went down, and we would have had this Kecleon at full health. And now, instead, Kecleon goes down. We don't have the foul play to count on. That's unfortunate, but we need to try to play around it because things don't always go your way. And I mean, what is the chance on Gunk Shot? Is it like 30%? Because there's really nothing to whine about if that's the case. Either way, there's really nothing to whine about. I shouldn't be whining. Whining. I don't like that word. For some reason, I always get irritated when people use that word. Regardless of whether it's supposed to be like negative or positive or how it's used in context, whining just sounds bad to me. So does complaining. That's why I usually only use it in reference to myself, because I do kind of complain a lot. But anyway, he goes for the return here, and that does a respectable amount of damage to a Wigglytuff. But we do get our wish back, so we're up to 90%. And now we just have to deal with the Behemoth and the Golem. And like I said, the Behemoth isn't really something that worries me. The Golem, I think, can come close to one-shotting Wigglytuff, and it can definitely one-shot the Dodrio. So I want to say this is a loss, but I'm not going to write us off yet. We still have an opportunity to win this. Because he could be running Stone Edge, or it's likely that he's running Stone Edge. And even if he's running something like Rock Blast or Rock Slide, all of those have a chance to miss, so it's unfortunate that we have to hope for that. but that appears to be where we're at here. He's taking a long time to think about his move. I would guess that you would bring in Behemoth first. Just because. Just because. Golem is your trump card either way. At the very least, we don't have the Sturdy intact, but I don't think I have anything on my team that one-shots it. Something that would be really interesting would be Assault Vest Golem, because it has natural physical defense. So that would be really cool. I should probably try that. I mean, it's slow as can be, but it has Sucker Punch, so that kind of mitigates the speed problem just a little bit. I mean, and Dark has decent coverage this gen, so there's that. I'm gonna go for the Wish. Does about 47% or so with that Psychic, which means we will recover more with the Wish and the lefties. And I really want to protect just because of burn damage. I need to try to be at as high an HP range as possible for that Golem to come in. So I am going to burn stall you a little bit here. And he will go down next turn, so I will throw up a Wish again, I think. Or do I just... do I outspeed? Because I could just Dazzling Gleam you then. Yeah, there's no reason to Wish. No reason to Wish. Well, maybe... that may have been a bad mistake. Because if he goes down to burn damage as I get the Wish up... Well, no, it won't. It won't. Never mind. Just forget everything that I'm just saying, because he's going to Psychic me anyway, so it'd be down to like half of my HP. I'd much rather just be at 100%. So, there. That wasn't a bad play. The bad plays that I made were earlier. Out comes Paperweight, the Golem, and the Rocks brings him down to 95%, which really is nothing to worry about or talk about even. We can go for a Dazzling Gleam. That's really our only play. He's going to go for the Stone Edge. That does 63%. And that Dazzling Gleam doesn't do enough. 43%. Even if I were to protect here, he has to miss the Stone Edge. We could try to like protect and try to make him use up all of his Stone Edges, but he still has EQ too. And the reason that he's going for Stone Edge, I'm guessing, is one, he's either locked into it and he knows it hits both my Pokemon, or he doesn't want to go for EQ and allow Trey to come in safely, which is completely understandable. Once Trey goes down, he will probably switch to EQ. And it does the same amount of damage too, so there's that. I think we just need to switch in Dodrio here and hope he misses. And he does miss! He misses the Stone Edge. Wow, okay. A couple of things need to happen here. We need to get a knockoff off, which we will because we're, you know, faster and all that jazz. And then he needs to miss another Stone Edge on Wigglytuff, which I don't know if that's going to happen. Or he needs to miss another Stone Edge on Dodrio. I don't think that's going to happen. That's very, very unlikely. But that's the only way that we're going to win this match. Man, this was a close one. This was a really close one. I think it was fairly well played on both sides. I think my opponent outplayed me a little bit. And then there was some silliness in there where, you know, I got a Scald Burn on the Behemoth that I ended up exploiting later on in the match and kind of just stalling him out a little bit there. And he got the poison on Flareon, which kind of turned the tide. That was really the turning point, because up until that point, I had a lot of the momentum, and that kind of swung it in my opponent's favor. And now here we are. Even though I have a Pokemon advantage, he has all the momentum, or he's the favorite, I guess, to win the match. There's the Stone Edge. The knockoff doesn't do nearly as much as I wanted it to, but we get rid of the lefties, if that means anything. And I guess we have to protect again. How much did Stone Edge do? Too much. Too much. It did over half. I will protect, just in case we can get some min damage. He does switch to EQ, so he's not locked in via a choiced item. Why would I even say that he's locked in via a choiced item? I just said that he had lefties. I don't know. I do that all the time. Sorry. I definitely want to give this guy a GG. He played very well. I enjoyed his team as well. Very nice to see someone not bringing a full stall team or silly shenanigans. So, yeah, definitely deserving of the win there. So, really not much else to say. So that's going to be it for this episode, or this part, whatever you want to call it. We got one more left in this session, and hopefully we can end on a positive, on a high note. Hopefully we can get a couple victories in the next part. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy. If you did, I hope you're leaving a like rating or a comment or whatever you would like to do, and I will see you all next time. But until then, game on.